All right, moms. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Good afternoon. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for all of those who are here. I know a lot of people are going to be catching this on the replay, which is totally fine. I'm glad that you're here. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn about ways to create income online. So I wanted to keep today pretty casual. And in that, I'm going to share with you all of the different ways that you can create income and ways that I have done this. In a very general overview, we're going to try to keep this to about 30 minutes. And then if you have further questions on anything I describe, please just reach out to me. So you can email me back or send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. It's at Dr. Katie Droba, D as in dog, R-O-B as in boy, A. I'll include all of that in the replay. But you can just reach out and ask me any questions you have, or if you want to learn more, I'm more than happy to direct you. But so many people have asked me this question. So many moms have asked me this question. And so here we are today. I was like, you know what? Let's just make a free training and just explain what your options are. So before we dive into all of that, let me just share a little bit about myself because some of you I know and some of you I don't. So like I said, my name is Katie. My doctor is in physical therapy. I have a clinical doctorate. And that's kind of my background is in the healthcare space. So I've been a pediatric physical therapist for 15 years. I've been an entrepreneur for a decade. So I have had a private practice as a pediatric physical therapist for 10 years. Um, Love it. I still do it now, but I was actually able to take 3 years off of clinical practice and just did work online because of these opportunities I'm going to talk to you about today. So now I work with patients because I want to, not because I have to. And I do that 1 day a week. The rest of the time, I am home with my son, Axel. He is right now, as we're recording this, he just turned 17 months. I'm pregnant with twins. They can come any day, but we're due in, hopefully they don't come for another 5 to 7 weeks would be great. So we'll see when they get here. But I, I'm able to do what I wanted to do from the moment I can think of, was when I became a mom. I wanted to be able to be home with my children. Um, I know a lot about child development, and for me, it was just important to be home with them when they're little in those formative years, right? I know that's not the case for everyone. And I know a lot of you here are in the same boat, right? You're home, you're with your kids. You maybe had some career before you became a mom. You have stayed at home. Maybe you have just stayed at home for a little bit. Maybe it's been a few years. I've kind of talked to some of y'all, and you're all at all ends of the spectrum. Um, and what I know is that we want what's best for our children. And having the ability and the opportunity to create and bring in income, whether it's an extra $500 a month or whether it is a six-figure, multiple six-figure, or seven-figure business, wherever you want to go is perfect. And bringing in some extra income really helps to create options for you and your family. And for me, I want us to have options. I want our children to have options. I was someone who was like entrepreneur first, business, go, 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 then became a mom. And even though I've worked with mothers for like the past 15 years, I've worked with children for the past 20 years. And I've been in this space for a really long time. But when I had my own children, it shifted even more. And the passion and the desire I have for all of you moms to be able to create something for yourself has grown even more because I get it, right? And I'm sure I would actually love for you if you're watching this as a replay, you can just kind of pause after I ask this question, is just to take a moment and say, since becoming a parent, whether your kids are little or older, it doesn't matter, how have your priorities changed, right? What's important to you? And when I like look back at it, or when I take a moment and pause, for me, it's about I want my kids to be happy. I want my kids to know that they're loved. I want my kids to have every opportunity to thrive. And I want that for myself and my husband and our family. I want us to be happy. I want us to be thriving. I want us to have options and opportunities. And the reality of it is money and extra income can create those things. Now, happiness is not dependent on money. No, by all means. But maybe having a little extra can take some pressure off, can make you feel like, oh, we can take a deep breath, or oh, we can take that trip without worrying, or I can sign my kid up for this, that, or the other without that stress. You know what I mean? So I want to talk to you today about ways you can do this, ways you can do it from home. You can literally do it from your cell phone, and you can do it in pockets and chunks of your time. So I'm going to talk about six different things. Like I said, I'm going to keep this casual, but if you have more questions, we can dive deeper into it. Six different ways that you can create income as a mom from your phone, leveraging your skills that you have. So the first thing I want you to take a moment to, again, if you want to pause this, you can totally pause, is to think of like, what are my skills and like the skill set that I have. And you can look at if you've had a career before or a job or even a business before, like what were you able to create from that? What were your skills in that? So are you really good with people? Are you a more of a numbers person? Are you the strategy and like nitty gritty of things? Do you love like spreadsheets and that kind of stuff? Are you the creative type? Are you artistic? Are you a natural teacher? Are you a leader? Do you like speaking? Do you like writing? All of these things. And if you're like, gosh, Katie, I have no idea, like, it's okay. It's totally fine. I'm here to just kind of jog your thinking. Okay. So I want you to think of like, what are your natural skills? And then the second question is, what am I passionate about? Like, that passion piece goes to the deep core essence of like, who am I really and why am I here? And I ask people this question when I do coaching with them, is like, who are you really and why are you here? Like, who are you beyond the labels, beyond mother, beyond wife, beyond partner, beyond sister, beyond daughter, beyond woman, beyond businesswoman, beyond whatever? Like, who's the core and essence of you? And I'm going to guess you're probably like a caring individual who wants the best for others. Maybe you're a really passionate person, you're really driven, um you're just that like bubbly spirit and energy, or maybe you're the quiet reserved person who likes to kind of take everything in. Like, whatever it is, that's totally great, but who are you really? And then the why are you here is like, what's the legacy you want to leave behind? And I think that every mother wants what's best for their children, right? And for me, when I think of the legacy I want to leave behind, I want to know that I've made a positive impact in the world through my work and stuff, but really, I want to leave a positive impact in this world through my children. I want my children to have a better life than I had and to do more than I did. And I want them to succeed in whatever success looks like for them. But I really want to set them up to thrive. Okay. So when you look at all of these questions of your passions, your skill set, what you really want to do, then you can look at, well, like from an income standpoint, what do I want to create? And some of you I've had conversations with are like, yep, I need $2,500 to $3,000 a month. Like that would replace the income that I had when I was working, or kind of covers us to feel like safe and supported. All bills are covered, everything is paid, and then we have a little extra, like on top of whatever your partner is doing. And some people are like, I would just love a little extra. And some people are like, I want to make 10 grand a month. And again, if you're not sure, that's okay too. Don't worry. But if you look at these questions, what are my skills? What am I passionate about? And then like what would be a goal? What's something I can strive for to create from an income standpoint? It can really help you as I start sharing these options of seeing like, which path could I go? Okay, so we're going to start with the first one. Now, these are again like options in the online space in creating something for yourself. You can find remote jobs, and by all means, like go for it and do that. That's totally fine. Um, what I want to speak to today is how you can create it yourself, working for yourself and looking at like what are the opportunities that you can create for yourself. Um, that being said, there's a million remote jobs if you want to work for somebody else. And that's kind of not what I'm speaking about today. So, what I'm speaking about today is things you can create for yourself. So, the first thing is the coaching world. Now, this label of coach, mentor has expanded so much in the last decade. And the cool thing is, you can coach on anything. So, the coaching, if you want to go that route, really goes back to what are my passions and what am I good at? What are my skill set? And if you have a skill set that is either specific around strategy, around numbers, around like very like how to, or if your skill set is around connecting with people, mentoring people, teaching people, this could be an incredible option for you. And you can coach on, like I said, literally anything. So I've coached based on my past experiences in the health and wellness space. So leveraging my knowledge as a physical therapist, but also my knowledge in holistic health. I'm certified in holistic health and brain health through Dr. Amen, and a litany of things. I'm not going to get into all my certifications and stuff. That doesn't matter. That's not important. But that's the knowledge I've gained. And so I coached and mentored people on creating like holistic, healthy lives to support them in their health. And then as I did that, I kind of evolved into more of this like life and health coaching because I realized that it's, when I took a step back, it's not just the food we put in our body and how we exercise and how we move around in this world, but it's our thoughts, it's our relationships, it's our mindset, it's our financial well-being, it's the way we interact within the world. And so my coaching kind of evolved into that, and now I do a lot of business coaching because I've created multiple businesses over the last decade of being an entrepreneur, and people are always like, well, how do you do this, how do you do that? And I'm like, oh well, here you go. And that has come from a knowledge of my practical experience of a decade of doing it, but also of learning, training, courses, programs, and things that I've invested myself in. And my intention, and this is the intention for coaching, is to like shorten the gap for people. So, for example, we just hired a sleep consultant for our son, who is a toddler, who we're working on getting him to sleep more independently. Um, actually today I was like, oh, I'm gonna have plenty of time before this training. And well, it took a little bit of time to get him down for his nap. So that's okay. It is what it is. But I've been working with a sleep coach, a sleep consultant, to help him sleep more independently. And what's interesting is a lot of the women that I've talked to, because I was looking at a couple different options of people, they're moms. They maybe have one or two kids. Usually they have two kids, and like the first one was really hard with sleep. They learned a lot. The second one, they did a lot better. They did a ton of research themselves, and they were like, I want to help moms not suffer in the way that I did when it came to sleep. And we all know sleep deprivation, right? And the challenges that can come with, sleeping with kiddos. So, like, she kind of fell into that space from her own background and personal experience. Some of them were therapists before, like counselors or like a talk therapy kind of thing, and then got into the space, and some of them are just moms that were like, I want to help other moms. So the coaching space, what's really cool about it is it really gets to be tailored based on your experience and your knowledge and expertise. And that knowledge and expertise doesn't necessarily have to have a degree or a license behind it or anything like that. It can truly be like, I have lived this and this is what I've learned, and I'm here to help you. So there's so much in the coaching space, but that's like a basic piece and an option for you. With that, in coaching, there's a lot of different avenues and vehicles. So you can work with people one on one, like I was explaining about our sleep consultant, or you can do what's called a mastermind in like a small group of people that are kind of working towards the same goal. So that's one thing, like category one coaching. Category two is online courses or workshops. So this can be if you're doing coaching and you want to reach a larger group of people at the same time, you could create a course or a workshop that people can attend. The workshop can be virtual, it can be in person, but I'm talking about online stuff, but it would be something that like is a one-time thing for a few hours or like a 2 hour thing or a weekend or whatever. Whereas an online course would be over either a few weeks or you'd have modules and trainings where you're watching different information. It can be something like this, where like you're talking like I am, you're teaching, and then maybe you give some supplemental information of handouts and things like that. So the cool part about courses and programs is once you create it, you can sell it over and over and over and over again, and it can live for years. The downside of it is it takes a lot of time to build and create that. And I always tell people, don't spend the hundreds, like could be up to hundreds of hours. I'm not saying it will take 100 hours to like make a good course, but it's going to take, if you're doing like a weekend workshop, it's going to take you, 10, maybe 15 hours to put all of that information together to create something that's powerful for people. So you're going to have to invest that time in creating it on the front end before people come or participate and join. And then once it's done and created, you can just resell it over and over again. You may want to redo certain things here and there, but like technically you could create it once and sell it over and over again for years. I have a lot of my good friends have made a lot of courses. I've made a lot of courses myself too. And like you can make thousands to hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars from courses. I have a friend who sells a course on money. Her name's Amanda. She's incredible. And she's a multimillionaire and it's from her online courses. And that's what she does. So that there is, I always tell people to not create the whole thing until they've sold it. So they know like some people are buying into it. Because like I said, it takes a lot of time, but that's a really good option for you to build longer term. Okay, so we've got coaching, which is basically one-on-one work individually. You're kind of trading your time for money. People will pay per hour or per session, or they'll pay like a bundled package to work with you. So when I coach people, they can either do Boxer coaching, which is like audio and text support. It's like me in your back pocket. It's actually pretty cool. You could say, oh, Katie, like I thought of this today. I need your support on this. And because I coach people in business, but I also coach them in like life related things. And I work with a lot of moms. So if you're having just, it's like you need that support. It's not quite a therapist. It's somebody who is there to listen and support you, but also give you the tools. And then if you have questions on business stuff, like I'm there for you too. Or you can get coaching packages where you do calls and you would like, we'd have a one-on-one phone call and work through things in that way too. So that's traditionally how the coaching space works. The online courses and programs work in that way where there's different workshops or like I said, a course or a program that people would follow. You create it once and then you sell it over and over again. So those are two things. I would say the downside of those is that it does take a lot of time and sometimes you've got to like build up a following and people have got to get to know you and know that, oh, this is something that you offer and something that you do for people. So you may not like start creating income right away. Totally fine and okay. But I'm just like being realistic with you on that. Third option is if you are a writer, or a creative, you're really into like you're just a more of a creative type, so you like writing or you like drawing, art, all of that kind of stuff, then you could go the book, ebook, um, like downloadable PDF series, however you want to do it, based on what your passion is and what your skill set is. So, for example, one of my friends is a personal stylist and she works individually with people, but she also has created these like beautiful, gorgeous workbooks, and PDFs that like show you how to find your style. So she puts together the visual graphics of like, oh, if this is your body, like dress for your body type kind of things, like this is your body type, these are the kind of clothing you would get. But it's a very visual experience. It's something people can purchase and then they can have it either as an app or like a thing at home that they can start to use as like their foundation for when they are going to shop for their clothes so that they know like clothes that would actually fit their body. So you could create something like that. You can write a book. I've talked to a few of you guys. I know one of them was like, "Oh my gosh, I could do a book on parenting. I could do a book on." I think one of I don't know if it's many of you guys watching now, but I talked to a woman who like was a preschool teacher, now stays at home, and doesn't want to go back to teaching, but wants to do something else. And she's like, "I love writing," and I'm like, "You could create something on like activities for parents to do for." Preschool age kids or for toddlers or for whatever and or like an activity book or any like so many parents I'm like that would sound great, I would get that. And so you can really look at, and I think this is what's really important and why I asked you those three questions in the beginning, is to really look at like what are my skills and how can I leverage the skills I have already. Like there are ways that you can create income based on things you have done. And I know some of you are sitting there like, Katie, that all sounds great and wonderful, but like I don't have any skills. And I want to tell you that that is a bold-faced lie and it's not true. You have so much to offer this world. And it's just about taking some time to really hone in on like, well, what is that? And that's where I think if you're stuck, if you're feeling like I want to create something, I want to do something, but I'm stuck, I'm not sure, that's where coaching and support and mentorship can be really helpful, because somebody is going to see things like through a different lens and through a different perspective. And I may, in a conversation with you and just hearing you speak about what you enjoy doing or what you're passionate about, or like what you like to do on a day to day or how you interact with your kids or any of those things, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like these are the options that you could have, or like these are the routes you can go. And that's where that coaching, consulting, mentoring piece like plays a big role. And that's why I think like so many people can move into that space if you want to. But I also think it's really valuable to have coaching and have mentorship and have support, because we don't have to figure it out all on our own. And I think a lot of us waste a lot of time and a lot of money. I know I did, like trying to figure it out on our own. And that's why like I'm doing this today to just share with you guys, like, oh my gosh, there are so many options. There's so many ways you can go. Okay, so far we've got coaching, consulting, mentoring, online courses or workshops. Third one is like a book. So this could be a physical book. This could be a kid's book. This could be a digital book. This can be an ebook. This can be a PDF download, whatever, but something people are going to pay for to get. The one downside of that is it's usually a lower cost. So you're going to have to make a lot of sales to have like a decent income coming in. The fourth one, which is kind of still in this the creative route, would be making a physical product. So physical product could be literally anything. I know I've spoken with actually several moms locally here. A couple of them have created clothing lines, organic clothing, bamboo clothing, all of this kind of stuff where they've either like purchase through a buyer in like the merchandising space where they like wholesale purchase and then they're able to sell it at a like a larger price, or there's people that are like creating it from scratch, like they're physically making the clothes themselves. So you can do that, and so that could be like opening an Etsy shop and making various crafts, or like I said, like clothing. um I know someone who opened like an in-home kind of like bakery, but they make gluten-free pies. And so that's their like product that they've made and created. And it just started as something that like they were wanting to have for themselves and for their family because they had a family member who was gluten free, who had celiac disease. And they didn't want it to be something where people had to go to a shop or whatever. Like they deliver the pies to you, or you can, if you're local, like there's a delivery charge, or if you're close enough, like you could go to them. So like I went to them because they actually ended up being like a 5-minute drive from my house. So I got one of those for my husband just to, I wanted to support someone. So if yeah, those are some examples of physical products you could create. I mean, I have a friend that has like created candles, perfume lines. The possibilities are endless. You can create any kind of product you want. The downside of that is a lot of time, a lot of testing, a lot of figuring out like where am I getting the materials from. Sometimes there can be a large upfront cost depending on what you're selling. And then the time to create the product and stuff like that. And then you just got to be smart about your margins. Like make sure you're selling it for something where you're generating revenue and you're generating income. The fifth option is what's called affiliate marketing, and that is promoting other people's products and services. Now, affiliate marketing can get a bad rap. And I would say like network marketing falls into this category. And I think that's where some people are like, oh, no thanks. And honestly, I can tell you that affiliate marketing is one of the smartest ways to start. I've actually been doing affiliate marketing for it's about 8 years now. And I've just done it from a space of like, I love and recommend these products. I use them. Here, like check them out. And then people just order them through your link. And it can be as simple as that. Like the other thing I want you guys to know is that we buy stuff through people's links all the time. And they're doing affiliate marketing and we don't even realize it. And a lot of the times we are doing affiliate marketing without realizing it when we recommend a restaurant or a movie or a book or anything like that. It's the same thing. So, the key to doing affiliate marketing and doing it well in a space where you can actually earn some decent money from it is to do it with integrity. Only recommend products or services. Now, you could actually recommend a service, and maybe you're getting like a referral fee for that or an affiliate commission. So, like, for example, my I was sharing about my friend Amanda's like money program. I'm actually an affiliate for her program. So it's something I've taken myself. It was life changing. I share about it with people. Like I would recommend it to anybody. So if anyone is like, oh, I really want to work on my money situation, money story, I want to make more money, and you want to heal your relationship with money and finances, I would say take Amanda's program and you can get it through me. And then I'll give you some bonuses. I'll give you some other things. And so if someone orders her work through me, I receive a commission. I receive some money because I'm bringing business to her that she wouldn't have had before. And so when you look at affiliate marketing, it is basically you're doing the marketing for the company. So that's why it's a product or service that has been created. Now, when you look at the network marketing space, all of that is you're just taking one company's products and suggesting them to people. And the way that it works is you're doing that. You also may have a team and other individuals who are doing that for you. Now, I've done different network marketing businesses. Some of them are awesome, some of them are terrible. So you've really got to be smart with like if you're going to go that route, it's great. And just make sure you're going with a company that's been around for a while. Like the one I do, um, and that I stuck with is like a higher ticket one. The company's been around for 50 years. It's a product that I use every day and that everyone uses every day with water and stuff like that. And so that's something that I'm like, duh, why would we not do this? Whereas other things I've done, like the products and stuff were great, but I did one that like had just started and I was like, I'll try it out. And it was a mess and a huge learning curve and it just didn't sit well. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, you've really got to trust yourself. If something feels right, like go for it. But there's nothing bad about anything in the network marketing space, it's really about how you do it. So you don't want to go spamming your family and friends and like telling you, oh my gosh, I got this product. It's the best thing in the world. Like, unless it truly is the best thing in the world and has changed your life, then don't lie about it. Like people can tell. So affiliate marketing, when done well, and when done right, is a really nice way to start making some extra money, because I think this like this is just so great for moms, because think of like for me, I think of, oh my gosh, these nursing bras I absolutely love. Um, I would suggest this or recommend this to anybody. Or like I have I'm trying to think various stuff I've used recently with like with my son. The lactation tea that I had was through a company that also has a bunch of like lactation and milk production products and stuff like that, when I was breastfeeding. And I'm going to be doing it again, this round. And I'm like, I'm going to use their stuff again. Toys I love to love every toys for kiddos. So I think that like that's something I would recommend, like without a doubt. Or like our stroller, or I like our stroller, or any toy, like any of those kinds of things. Like if you would suggest it to another mom or to somebody else, like you could be an affiliate for that. The downside of being an affiliate for everything is like you don't want to be just chucking links out to everyone and being like, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, it's the best thing ever. Um, and if it's a lower cost product, you're not going to make that much money from it. So you need to make a lot of sales. So that's why I like to do high ticket affiliate stuff, where you can earn a larger income for selling, one or two things. Like with my high ticket affiliate stuff that I do, I'm now at a space where I make $2,500 to $6,000 for one sale. So it's not like I have to sell a lot of stuff. It takes a little bit of time to get there, but yeah. So I think the key, sorry, I went off on a little tangent on that, but the key to doing affiliate marketing, is that you want to just be in integrity with what you choose to promote and share about, and then be smart about it. And like, if you can do something where your return on the amount of time that you're putting into sharing and talking about this in the online space, is going to give you a benefit where you're making more than like $20 per sale. So those are, I said six, but let's stick with those. Those are the five things that you could really get started with today. You can do it from home. Um, a lot of this involves online marketing, and you can call it social selling, you can call it monetizing social media, you can like there's so many different things you can call it, but basically what it is using the online world. A lot of it can be through social media, so Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube if you like videos, and using these different platforms to promote whatever you're doing. So, number one is the coaching, consulting space, mentorship space. Number two would be online courses, workshops. Number three would be the book route. So, whether it's writing a book, making an ebook, making some kind of digital, like creative product. Also, I should say, because I've written books and I have ebooks and stuff too. I've done both of those, like physical books. But in that, you could also have speaking, because speaking can kind of go under the book writing and also under the coaching space, but like being paid to speak, or being a paid expert in something. And I would say that kind of goes from looking at what your area of expertise was before, or your past work experience um, before having kids, or the work that you're currently doing now. And I want to speak to this, by the way, any of you guys who are working moms, that are working full time and want to get out of that so you can create more time with your kids, like all this stuff applies to you too. Okay, so that's three. Four is creating a physical product yourself. And then five is affiliate marketing. So promoting someone else's product or someone else's service. So with all of that being said, Those are some options of where you can start. The final thing, I guess I would say for number 6 is you can find a remote job. You can work for somebody else from home. Um, the downside to that is you may have set hours, you may have set quota, set things and all that. And the reason why I presented those 5 other options is because you get to work as much as you want or as little as you want. I'm now in a space where I work maybe an hour or 2 a day. Some days it's more, some days it's less. But I'm able to create an income for our family, and be the primary caregiver of our child, soon to be children. Um, so all of this is possible for you. So if you have any questions on how to do any of those things, please reach out to me. And if you want some support and some mentorship, I would love to help you. So the way that I mentor and work with people is I have a handful of spots, probably 3. I can maybe do 4 if it's the right people, of space to work one-on-one with you. So that would either look like the Voxer, which is like audio and text support. You get a monthly package of that, and you can literally ask me anything. It can be about business, it can be about motherhood, it can be about your health, it can be about life, it can be about anything. It's like me in your back pocket supporting you and helping you to thrive in your life and in your business if you have one, or in the business you want to create. Um, or you can do a one-off coaching session, and like we can create clarity around what do you want to do, what do you want to create, and we kind of go through those questions that I asked in the beginning. What are you passionate about? What is your experience? What are you good at? And then like how much do you want to generate income wise? What do you want to create from that standpoint? And we can formulate like some very specific plans for you. Or you can do ongoing support where we're doing like calls a couple times a month. Yeah, so if that interests you or you want to work with me, just reply to the email where this replay is, or you can email me. It's Katie at drkatiehenry.com, or reach out to me on social media. Honestly, I think Instagram would probably be the easiest, and that's at Dr. Katie Droba. Droba is my married name. So again, that is DRKATIE, D as in dog, ROB as in boy, A. So you can message me and we can chat, and I'd be happy to help you. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you were like, wow, I have a ton of options. And now it's just deciding which route I want to go. So I'm happy to help you in any of those 5 things I described. I've done them all, and I would be more than thrilled to guide you in the right direction. And if I can't help you and you have questions, I probably know someone who can. So I'd be happy to connect you. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I look forward to hearing what you create. Bye, mamas.